Essentially, as an actor at Dhar Mann Studios, I am just a contract player. I have no employment there. I am just sort of called every now and then, as are all the other actors. And it just is not sustainable. And there are a lot of issues at hand here, but one of the main issues is that not a single actor that works at Dhar Mann Studios can afford rent. This is a show that has millions of views across multiple social media platforms. Videos are shot, edited, posted, repackaged as new videos, reposted in other places over and over and over and over and over again, racking in millions of views, ad revenue, all this sort of stuff. The studio has continued to expand for some time, my entire tenure there. Things haven't really gotten better for us. And again, I don't want to go into specifics because it's a kind of a big thing and it's really just between us. But I think that people should be aware of why we are protesting, why we are out there right now. We've been talking to a lot of actors. It's the same. Everybody feels the same across the board. The trouble is, there's a culture at the studio of if you talk, you're out.
Hi. You may remember about a year ago, there was a protest outside of Dhar Mann Studios in Burbank, put on by a number of their actors. They wanted to speak with Dhar Mann about a number of labor issues, specifically lack of sufficient compensation in light of, well, the meteoric growth of Dhar Mann's YouTube channel. It's ballooned to over 21 million subscribers, which is 7 million more than when I last tried to make this video 2 years ago. Which means that talking about him now is actually even more relevant than it was then. I'm not late to the game on this. Shut the fuck up! Dhar Mann responded with the typical bag of tricks that any employer in the 21st century pulls out when they are faced with even the slightest amount of pressure from their employees, which is to force all of us, at least those of us privileged enough to be party to the discourse, to be their therapist as they whine and whine and whine about how unfairly they're being treated.
And so anyone who keeps labeling this billionaire thing...
Mr. Schultz, I don't mean to cut you off. We have time limits here, and you have had the opportunity. I'm not cutting you off.
It's your moniker constantly. It's unfair.
I cannot for the life of me imagine having billions of dollars and still finding reasons to fucking complain. I mean, billionaire isn't even an insult necessarily. It's just descriptive. It's like me taking offense because somebody called me a YouTuber. Okay, actually, yeah, no, it's a bad example. Anyway, this is Dhar Mann's spin on the pity party. Given the unsuccessful meeting, we asked they put their concerns in writing so we can address them. Instead, they came to our studio to disrupt productions, causing stress to crew members and actors. Certain protesters even spread false information to hurt the studio, my family, and me. That's the reason why I have not met with these individuals. Tell me so much less about that. This cry-bullying tactic is only the latest tactic in a long series of tactics designed to score PR points against organized labor. We've gone from the Pinkertons cracking the skulls of textile workers to Howard Schultz forcing his employees to watch him blubber and cry, and honestly, I'd rather take the skull fracture. The only people who would rival this cry-bullying would be the police, who have also appropriated pop psychology buzzwords about trauma to justify killing unarmed people. And that brings us neatly to the main topic of this video. This video is not actually about how Dhar Mann is a rich asshole who exploits his workers. I would just be remiss not to mention that in a video about Dhar Mann. No, this video is about how Dhar Mann, like most rich assholes, loves the police. In fact, he loves the police a lot more than you'd expect for a guy who was once convicted of a felony for defrauding the city of Oakland, California. But that is a topic we can save for another video. If you're not familiar with Dhar Mann's content, he usually churns out these extremely simplistic short films with these very obvious moral messages. You know, for a guy who claims to be spreading positivity, he seems to have a very low opinion of human beings. I mean, obviously ableism is a huge problem in this country and in our world, but I'd like to think that we've progressed to the point where saying stuff like this is frowned upon in public.
Who cares about handicapped people?
Now, Dhar Mann churns out about 3 of these morality plays every week, and obviously they're pretty cringe and they're widely mocked, but they're not really geared towards me. They're mostly consumed by children, and in a world where middle school curriculum seems to consist of 30-year-olds screaming while streaming Minecraft on Twitch and Andrew Tate smoking cigars at an active crime scene, it's tempting to think that it's benign, maybe even beneficial to show these very simplistic moral narratives that are kid-friendly. But once you really dig into the politics of some of these videos, you find that the fact that they're geared towards children can actually be pretty insidious. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Because even though most of the victims in Dhar Mann videos are disabled people, poor people, people of color, and TikTokers. I wrote in a laugh line here a couple of years ago, but in light of recent events, I think that TikTokers may actually be the most oppressed group in America. I mean, even my Irish ancestors never had anyone try to straight up ban us, so... Occasionally, Dhar Mann's videos will cast a sympathetic light on a group even more oppressed than the TikToker. That is, of course, the put-upon, down-and-out, salt-of-the-earth peace officer, which they're sometimes called for some reason. Jesus. British police don't even have guns, but our peace officers are packing fucking heat 24/7. So we're going to take a look at one of the most egregious examples of this in the video. Protester wants to fire all cops, instantly regrets her decision. Hey everybody, I'm here with Roxanne. She is a completely off-the-grid comedian, improviser, and poet. You can't find her stuff anywhere because you don't deserve to see it.
Don't go looking for it.
We're going to react to some Dhar Mann cringe today. Just to set it up, it's called Protester Wants to Fire All Cops. She Instantly Regrets Her Decision, which is how a lot of these videos are titled.
Yeah.
And this was made in the summer of 2020, which don't really know what was going on around then.
No idea.
Yeah.
I was having a great, cute girl summer, I think.
That's right. All at the beach.
Mm-hmm. I was coughing and sneezing.
Oh, yes. Of
at
course,
the beach.
Everywhere.
I wanted to be at the beach.
What? What's so wrong with that?
I couldn't smell anything, so I was desperately trying to smell the ocean.
Yeah, just you almost drowned yourself trying to smell the ocean. A crab clawed at your face.
Oh yeah, I have.
From what I remember,
I have a scar. I have a lot of makeup on right now, and there's just
we caked you with makeup.
Oh yeah, definitely you did. Oh man, yeah, I will never try to smell the ocean again.
You can't anyway.
Are you sure?
The crab robbed you of your sense of smell.
That's true. That's true. I will avenge myself against that crab.
Go out to the nearest beach and kill the first crab you see. So this is Protester Wants to Fire All Cops. She instantly regrets her decision. So this is clearly sort of Dhar Mann's take on the whole George Floyd movement. So let's watch.
Fire all cops! Fire all cops! Hey!
Oh my god.
So instantly, this woman is in a back alley screaming at nobody in particular by herself. That's her protest.
And she's barely into saying fire all cops.
Fire all cops. Fire all cops.
She's playing the role of someone who wants to fire a cop.
Exactly.
Do it!
Sign this petition so we can finally get rid of the police.
Get rid of the police? What are you gonna do when you need help?
They're not gonna help you. They're all bad.
Listen, I understand, okay? And trust me, I've had my own bad experiences with police, but you can't judge all cops because there's some bad ones.
Whatever.
She really brought her A game in that argument.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, whatever. I love that he just pushes the clipboard away. He didn't have to do that.
No, he could have just handed it back to her. In fact, he wasn't even holding it.
Yeah, so you
he just
been
take his hand off of it.
You know?
So yeah, I just love you just filter all of your opinions through a black guy.
Yeah, I know exactly. Of course, that's not an accident.
Yeah, no, of course not. And there's gonna be more of that in here. Trust me.
Fire all cops! Fire all cops! You! You are exactly what is wrong with this country. All you cops are bad.
I think Huey Newton said that. Very, very, sophisticated analysis of how police, are utilized in our society.
Absolutely.
Also, just like the most party city ass
this is. I've never seen a cop wear this uniform. It's usually dark blue.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have like a plastic badge.
No.
I don't think, or maybe it's plastic.
It
probably is plastic, but it's still. It looks like,
Yeah.
Not right.
It looks like it was purchased for like $5, and then there's like the little it just says officer. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name, Officer.
Officer.
No, actually, ma'am, that's not true. You see,
I don't want to hear it. You just get out of here.
Okay. You have a nice day, ma'am.
I want to redo this interaction because I don't think a cop would react that way.
No, a million years.
I could see them just immediately just giving a sobriety test or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
I smell weed. I'm gonna search your things now. Yeah.
What's that?
Fire all cops! Fire all cops! Fire all cops! Fire all... Hey!
Give me your purse!
Off me! Hey! Help!
So this guy...
Oh, here we go.
This guy sees a woman protesting the cops. He's a police officer a yard away. It's broad daylight. He's like, this is the perfect time for a mugging.
This is my freaking dream!
Hey! Hey, please, somebody help!
Ma'am, what happened?
That guy stole my purse!
I'm on it! Stop!
No.
You're under arrest. Ma'am, here's your purse back.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry for what I said earlier.
Immediately change of heart.
Okay, yeah, and first of all, almost every interaction I've had with a cop where I had called and I was like, somebody needs help. Mm-hmm. They would show up and I'd be like, hey, this guy just drove away, whatever, this is his license plate, this is what part of it, and they'd be like, he's gone, man. Nothing we can do about it. If they're asked to do anything, they're just like, oh.
They're so put out.
I remember when I lived in Dallas, I was sitting outside my apartment and I was texting in my car. You know how people do. They're like, you know what, I don't want to get out of my car yet. No. And so I was texting in my car and then suddenly 5 cops drive past my car and then up to this guy's car. And then they have this guy get out. He's a black man, and they're like, why were you sitting in your car, huh? Why were you sitting in your car? And he was like, I was just texting. And they harassed him for 30 minutes, and I was like, I was sitting in my car texting. I was doing the same thing. So all of a sudden, they have all of the resources in the world for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, he was probably, a threat to you. As a white woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they were very concerned about you.
Yeah, they
you
were
should
super
be grateful.
Concerned with me. Yeah. I should be super grateful for that.
Super grateful.
Yeah, I was like, wow, thanks. Thanks so much.
No, ma'am, don't worry about it. Believe me, I understand. But all I ask you is that before you judge me, you get to know me. You see, I'm not just a cop. I'm also a family man. Each morning, I say goodbye to my wife and my little girl.
So, it was a deliberate choice to give him a black wife and child.
Yeah.
Come on. Obviously there are white cops who have black wives. Obviously that's a thing. But by the intent of this video, they were like, see? He couldn't be racist.
Right, there's no way. Also, when you're a family man, you can't do anything bad or wrong.
No, yes. So. When you're, that's the big thing that a lot of cops, a lot of cop advocates used to say. It's a cop's job is to get home at the end of the day. No matter whether you get home at the end of the day.
Not knowing if I'll ever see them again. My job isn't easy.
Every day,
I put my life.
I'm sorry, but that was like a really accurate representation of what someone who is really, really high looks like. And they're trying to cope. They're just like...
Fuck, man.
They're lying.
I shouldn't have had that second brownie, man.
Like their minds are in slow motion and they're like...
Every day, I put my life on the line, ready to take a bullet for a complete stranger.
So, this is how policing works.
Yeah.
This cop would definitely not just immediately shoot this guy in the head. He just jumps in front of a person unarmed. Stop! I'll take a bullet.
They're known for de-escalation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Obviously. No, this cop would like kill both of them.
With a stray bullet or
it's like in a dog in the process.
Right, I don't even know if there's a dog there.
I know there are some bad cops out there, but please, no. I'm just as upset about the injustices that exist. I try my best.
So, this is like supposed to be the prototypical bad cop, or sorry, the archetypical bad cop. But he doesn't really do that much. He just sort of arrests this guy, takes his hat, and points at him.
Yeah.
That's like
bad.
The most police brutality that Dhar Mann could even imagine. He loves the cops so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other cop like, calm down.
The eyes.
Yeah,
just,
calm down. Like, he's a horse.
He like rubs his mustache. Ooh.
Every day to fight against them. But no matter how much I try to do the right thing, people still hate me. They judge me without ever knowing me, simply for wearing a badge. So you see, before you judge me, just get to know me.
Wow, I had no idea you had to go through that every day. I'm really sorry. And you're right. I shouldn't judge all cops based on a few bad ones.
You know, the police are really oppressed.
Yes,
I must say that.
They are. They what they go through every day. I mean, Yeah, one of the only jobs in the country where you have de facto, de jure immunity from being sued for what you do in the line of duty, and then de facto immunity from prosecution for killing people while in the line of duty.
Right, and you
They're
know what?
very oppressed.
Yeah, and the solution is to just get to know every cop you see.
Right.
Or you just go down to the police station and be like, hey, I'd love to get to know all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What's your names and your most traumatic experiences?
And your badge numbers.
And your badge. They'd be like... they're like badges on both their tits.
God, that's such a good point though, but like, yeah, getting to know every cop. It's like this kind of fixation on like what's in people's hearts and minds, which is impossible to know and completely irrelevant when it comes to systems of oppression. Even if there are like good people who are police, it doesn't change like the systemic nature of policing, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Basically about class domination and racial domination.
And to ask people who have been brutalized or are afraid for their lives to empathize
so silly
with and get to know every single cop apparently is just I can't even
and also we've maybe forgot to talk about this, but this person obviously changed their whole ideology just based off this one interaction with the police officer, but also I question the analytical rigor of her ideology, because her solution was to fire all cops. Which I don't know if you know this, but when you fire a cop, you actually you can just replace them. So she's not even going to abolish the police. She's just saying like replace them all with other like meatheads who peaked in 8th grade.
Well, this is the thing. They forgot. Like she forgot that there was another poster right behind it that said "Fire all cops," and then it said "Hire all cops."
Hey Dhar Mann fam, I hope you love that message.
It's Dhar Mann!
It's Dhar Mann! It's so good to see Dhar Mann. I missed him.
He always talks to his fans like he's talking to children, because he mostly is.
Fam.
Hey Dhar Mann fam. I am your God and your father.
Please remember, we're not just telling stories, we're changing lives. And when you share my videos, you're helping to change lives too. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.
And we can text Dhar for inspiration at that number.
Oh wow.
Let's see if it still works.
Yeah, let's text Dhar and see,
Let's see
what happens. Don't respond if it says like, what's your address?
What's your credit card number? Hey, Dad. Just say, hey, Dad.
Hey Dad. Hey Dad.
Let's see what
See
we
what
get.
happens. Someone's gonna be like, who's this? Like,
well, we'll let you know if anything comes out of that.
yeah, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
If Daddy responds.
And
Why
we
did no
just
say
call.
wait, say why didn't you come to my baseball game? I was waiting
I thought you were changing lives.
for like ever.
You're too busy changing other people's lives. Why don't you change my life, Dad?
Yeah, Dad. I'm gonna die laughing if he responds.
Let's try calling him.
Oh,
It's busy.
it's busy. People are calling Dhar Mann 24/7.
That's right. Well, thank you.
Of course.
For coming on today.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
if there's any more of these videos that you want us to give our thoughts on, let us know in the comments. And yeah, there's a lot more. There's actually more Dhar Mann like social justice and propaganda cringe out there, but yeah, we're gonna be exploring some other things that we could potentially react to, so let us know, and we'll see you next time.
See ya, bye.
Well, we're quickly losing the light, so I guess we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to do more videos like this, hopefully posting monthly at least, if not bi-weekly, if things go well. We're going to be doing socialist-oriented commentary videos, so I'm upfront about my perspective in case it wasn't already obvious. So yeah, if you have an idea of what you want to see next, let me know. If you like what you already saw, then please comment, like, subscribe, ding the bell for more notifications about future videos. And if you didn't like it, then I guess tell me to myself. I mean, I don't really know. There's no public numbers on dislikes to videos anymore, and that's really the only other way YouTubers know how to express themselves. So I guess have at that if you don't like this, but I hope you did. And I hope to see you again in future videos.